here this morning is the dogs out here just playing around in this field here, and what they haven't seen yet, it's just having their morning run out before any work starts. What they haven't seen yet is over there, hidden in plain sight, is a bunch of deer. Now, one of these dogs in particular will chase anything and bring it back to me, but I don't want him bringing them back because they panic and that's dangerous. But over there, well camouflaged, hidden but in plain sight, it's a bunch of deer. And over here it's a bunch of dogs playing, taking the morning sunshine and air. They haven't seen them. It's this whole issue of being hidden in plain sight that really fascinates me. You see, I didn't realise till recently that on a packet of Toblerone, and I've got to say this, you know, sometimes when it's stressful in farming or in my Christian ministry as rural chaplain, sometimes you just need to take a short spell of time, a few weeks or whatever, when each day you just give yourself something not expensive but a little treat each morning, because it helps you with all you're having to deal with, all the stuff that's going on around you or for you. And one of my little treats is, I don't have them all at once, one of my little treats is a little bar of Toblerone. Now I know, I'm big enough already and I don't need all the extra fat and all the rest of it. Yeah. But it's just one of those things. Sometimes you need to give yourself a little treat to pick you up. And Toblerone's one of mine. So I know Toblerone pretty well, at least I think so, going back for many, many years. But I didn't realise until really recently that on the end of a bar of Toblerone, in the logo, there's a mountain, yeah? But hidden in that mountain, there's actually a bear standing up on his back legs. And you're so busy looking at the mountain, looking at the things that really intrude and impact your vision and all the rest of it, your awareness, that you don't realise it's a bear, big old bear hidden in plain sight on the end of it. And I got a lot of respect for these animals that manage to hide in plain sight, like those deer over there. They're over the hedge and away now, that's fine. Got a respect for that, because there are times when I'd quite like to be able to do it myself. So if I go to a farmer's thing, which I'd love and would relax, stand out like a sore thumb because I'm the rev. If I go to a minister's thing, same again, because I don't look like a rev. I look like a farmer. And again, I stand out like a sore thumb, and there's no hiding in plain sight there either. But get me out here. Get me out on these fields and in those hills, up beyond those trees and along the track and up into the less populated spaces. I can disappear up there, alright. So what's this hiding in plain sight thing all about then, and how does it work? Well, it's not that we can't see what's there, but generally it's because we have to filter out, our brains have to filter out the stuff that our eyes feed them. And this ability to hide in plain sight depends on that need, I guess, of our brain to filter out all the other busy stuff, all the other data, all the other input that's coming in. We need to filter our input to be able to comprehend and make our way through life. Not that we can't see it, but that we need to filter things out to be able to navigate our way through. Now, I've got to say to you, that happens a lot with people and with God, because Paul's big on this. He says, you look around you, and what could be known about God is, you've got big pointers to it in the world around you, in its complexity, in its wonder, in its beauty. And you've got big indicators of the brokenness and fallenness of the world as well. We can't ignore that. The brokenness and the damage that's come into creation. It leaves you with the question why, and the Bible gives you answers to all those questions. But it seems, for people to be able to live their stressful, busy lives, they need to be able to filter out a lot of stuff just to be able to cope. Now, Paul writes about this whole hidden in plain sight kind of idea to the church in Corinth, and he says this. He says this to people who have the Old Testament at least. He says, even to this day, when Moses is read, a veil covers their hearts. But whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. So there, I guess you have it. There's plenty of stuff around us that kind of points to the idea there must be a God somewhere. But of course it's a confused and a confusing picture because there's so much to look at in the world around us. There's so many phenomena, so much data, so much. Our brains kind of switch off from the bits that I guess make us work harder and think things through, right? Because that's what we just can't cope with, all that going on. And there's lots around us in the created world, especially, you know, as we farm this environment and we have that privilege. There's so much complexity, design, so much stuff that has obviously had the hand of an intellect behind it, making it, and so much going on that would point to there being a God. in farming today, there's a lot you might be driven to pray about as well, to be honest with you. But it's kind of, it's all too complex, and we kind of filter out to get through day by day. Paul gives a key to it. He says, whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away and it becomes clearer and more obvious. And God shows the path through the tangle of complexity, and then helps us, because we've grasped that bit of framework, to slot the other confusing and difficult bits of our life into a bigger, more wholesome, more helpful, more useful, in order to cope with things, sort of picture. Whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. The things that were hidden in plain sight and so difficult to understand start to become clearer, start to make their way into some sense and shape, as we say. We get more shape on things. That's a Welsh saying. And it all starts there. It starts as a person turns to the Lord, and the Spirit of God starts to take the veil away for us. Well, I hope that's helpful. I hope those deer are okay. I've kept the dogs away from them pretty thoroughly, and the dogs are also happy, so that's a win. But look, hidden in plain sight, God's out there. You can see the stuff. You can see the evidence and the stuff going around. There are ways to explain the complexity. There are ways through it. But the stuff is there to make us start thinking. And Paul says, look, this is how it works, guys. Whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. There it is then. That's my word for the week. I hope you have a good one. Feel free to get in touch if we can pray for you, help you in some way. And thanks for listening again to the word for the week.